Hey everybody, it's Elise again. I am back from A6 Boutique. And today I am coming with episode 3 of Boutique Stories. And this episode is going to be straight from my DM. I had a young lady send me a list of questions. And I thought they were all really great questions when you're first starting out. And it's stuff that you sometimes can't Google, and it's like things that I also wondered when I first started opening my boutique, and I didn't really know where to go to find the answers. It just took me like months of research to find these answers. So I figured I would go ahead and address these questions in a quick video. So here we go. The first question is, when you first started apparel, did you buy bulk of the same wholesale items? The answer up to that question is yes. Most reputable wholesale companies require you to buy merchandise in packs. Most packs come in a set of 6. Oftentimes you get 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 large. Sometimes there's 3 small, 2 medium, 1 large, or maybe 1 small, 2 medium, 2 large, 1 extra large. It kind of depends on the brand. And then also in Plus, a lot of times it's 2 1X, 2 2Xs, and 2 3Xs. That's like your standard pack, okay? Sometimes some brands will have random packs that are different sizes, whatever, but overall, that is what I see the most. And typically that is the minimum. And then also outside of the pack minimums, these brands also have dollar minimums. So a lot of the brands will say minimum purchase of $100. So even if the item you're getting is only $10 a piece in one pack, that means that's going to be $60 if 6 come in a pack. But you still haven't met that dollar minimum, so that means you need to pick another style or maybe another color, something like that. But overall, that is pretty much what I've seen, is things come in bulk. Now accessories are different, like handbags and jewelry. A lot of times you can buy those as singles, but you still most likely will have a dollar minimum purchase that you have to meet. So if you get a pair of earrings and they're like $4 a piece, and you only have to get 1 or 2 in a pack, you still have to make it up to that $100 threshold. So you have to get a lot of those earrings or a lot of jewelry styles to meet your minimums oftentimes. And then same thing with handbags. A lot of times those come as singles. So let's say your handbag is $12 per bag or $22 per bag or whatever. You're going to have to meet a threshold of $100 or $150, whatever the minimum purchase price is for that brand. So that answers that question. Yes, pretty much everything I bought, I had to buy it in bulk, and that wasn't really by choice. It just is what it is. It's just industry standard. The next question she had for me is, how did you buy? I'm not really sure what she was asking, so I'm going to answer that in 2 different ways. The first way I'm going to answer is, how did I buy? Is how did I get the credentials where I was allowed to buy wholesale? So first I had to register my business with the state. I'm registered as an LLC. And then I also had to register to be able to collect sales tax in my state. Now I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's going to be different depending on what state you're in. But if you go to your .gov website for whatever your state is, you will most likely find information for how to register with your state and how to get a sales tax license. So for example, for Pennsylvania, it's pa.gov, G-O-V. So if you're in another state, it's going to be your state initials .gov, most likely. And then that website will help walk you through the process of registering your business, and then also what you need to do and what the tax requirements are for your state. So for example, in Pennsylvania, to collect sales taxes, I had to fill out the PA 100 to get my sales tax license. And then I also had to fill that out in order to be able to purchase things wholesale. So some vendors want to see my business license, and some want to see my tax ID. It just kind of depends. I also have an EIN number with the IRS. I will say I got that first, and that didn't really meet anybody's requirements. I thought if I got my EIN number, I'd be able to just walk into any vendor and buy stuff, and that's not the case. Most of them are like, EIN, that's cute, but where's your tax ID? Where's your business license? So I really wasn't able to use the EIN number independently to do anything. So that's something that I kind of found out the hard way as well, because for your EIN number. It's free to get it, so don't sign up for any of these businesses that tell you, oh, pay me $75 and I'll get your EIN for you. You literally go on irs.gov, I think that's the IRS website, and you fill out an application, which takes literally 5 minutes, and you get your EIN number. It's instant. They will email you. If you could choose email or mail. They will, if you choose email, they'll send it to you. It'll show up on the screen right away, instantly, what your EIN number is. Do not pay anybody to do it. If you know how to use Facebook, you can figure out how to get your own EIN number. So that's another thing. Don't pay anybody to get an EIN number. Registering with the state and getting my tax ID was slightly more difficult, but I still did it myself. I just took my time, read everything thoroughly, filled it out myself. I did not pay anybody to register my business or do any of that. So that's the first way I'm going to answer, how did I buy? Because to sign up on vendor websites, they do require you to upload documents like your business license, your tax ID, whatever. And then when you go in the fashion district in person, some stores ask to see it when you're checking out and some don't. And there's really no way to know if they're going to ask until you get to the checkout counter and you're ready to buy your stuff. You better have your documents in order if they do ask. I will say only like 10% of the stores asked me for it, but I still would have been feeling weird and nervous if I didn't have it, because it would be embarrassing if I get up there to buy my stuff and I don't have the proper paperwork. So all the stores in the fashion district did not ask, but you want to have it ready because some do. Some even require you to register with them like on site while you're there, like create an account, they upload your documents, all that good stuff. So get your stuff legally in order before you try to buy anything. There are some companies out there that do not require you to have a business license. Like if you want to shop on like AliExpress, Alibaba, all those places, I don't shop there personally, but they don't require a business license. And then there's other places like Wholesale, Fashion Square, places like that that don't require a business license, but those are very entry-level places to shop. In my opinion, they don't have a lot of styles, but it's something to get you started if you haven't gotten that together. The other way I'm going to answer how did you buy is when I went to the fashion district, I bought most things in cash or with my business credit card, okay? One thing I did notice that nobody told me before going to the fashion district is a lot of vendors charge you a credit card processing fee, and it's minimal, but it adds up if every single store you go to, you're trying to swipe your credit card and it's like a 2% fee. That's just an extra expense that you have to factor into each piece that you purchase is another fee. So if you can, take cash with you. So budget how much you plan to spend in the fashion district and have enough cash. Because some stores do, some stores do not, but they will add on a fee to use your credit card if they feel like doing so. So that's something that nobody told me. So the other way I'm going to answer how did I buy was in cash or with my business credit card. But next time I go back, I'm going to try to utilize more cash. Because I don't like any additional fees, because that's just extra cost that's going into my pieces when I'm trying to buy. And of course, the goal is always to keep that price low. The third question is, did you sell all the items purchased? So I think she's speaking specifically about when I went to the fashion district last May, and it's now January. And to answer that question is I've sold most of them. I do still have like some single straggler pieces that are hanging out. But that was my first apparel collection, so I'm very happy with the way that it went. It was also a learning experience because I, through that collection, learned like what type of pieces people like to buy online, and which pieces people were most concerned about the fit on, just like the shape of the item. Sometimes people be very concerned about the fit, where other items people bought no questions asked. So it was kind of interesting seeing what pieces people purchased, and what pieces they had hesitancy on or questions about. So that was interesting. So the direct short answer to that question is no, but the backstory is it performed very well for me, and for it being my first collection, I do still have a few pieces left on clearance from that collection. And the funny thing is, things I have bought after that have sold better than my first collection, just because it was a learning experience, man. And just people give me the feedback on what they want to wear and what they want. So when I bought my second run and my third run and all the fourth run, whatever, it has done a lot better. And then something also that I've learned is I I do much better when I buy things in collections, okay? So if it's like a lot of pieces that match each other, they sell so much better, and then I end up with a higher UPT and higher ADS for each sale. So say if I have, so right now on my site I have a collection called Mix and Match, and what that is several pieces you can mix and match and create your own look. So it's cardigans, leggings, pants, tops, but they're all the same fabric, various colors that you can mix together to create your own outfits, okay? And that is my #1 selling collection right now, and it's also the highest purchase dollar amounts collection that I get too, because like the other pieces I had were very cute pieces. So for example, I had a collection that was called Leopard is the New Black. So it was all leopard print stuff. Super cute. But when people bought the stuff, they would just buy one out of that collection, which is normal, because nobody's gonna wear a leopard top and leopard pants together. Most likely. I mean, you can if it's a suit or something, but you're not gonna mix and match a leopard top with leopard pants. Typically that's too much. So these were just single pieces that people were buying, which is fine, but I ended up with lower purchase dollar amounts or whatever. Lower average dollar sale, that's what I'm trying to say. So that was a learning experience. So when I built that next mix and match collection, I made it so where people could build entire outfits and then get versatile. So you can get like the cardigan and then get the leggings and the pants that match. So that's 3 pieces right there that you've gotten, that you can mix and match all together. You can wear together or wear them separately. So it just did better for me. So I learned a lot from that first collection on how to piece things together, how to market things together so people buy more in one transaction, as opposed to you just buying one cute top. There's nothing really to go along with it. So they could get something else that's not relevant to that top, but a lot of people shop in a way that they like to coordinate pieces together. So that's that. The fourth question, did you utilize drop shipping? The answer to that question is no, I did not. Personally, I have not utilized drop shipping because I want to get all the merchandise in my hands first so that I could see it, touch it, feel it, make sure it's legit, check the stitching, make sure that it's a proper quality, that it's gonna represent my brand. When you drop ship, it goes straight from the vendor to the customer, which is fine in some instances. Like if I were to start like selling graphic tees or something, I might do it that way. But when I was working with various vendors, I just want to make sure that the merchandise that I'm selling is proper. So I want it to come to me first. I also like to personalize my packaging. So I like to wrap up and package my orders myself. I include a note in there. I include a thank you card, a business card, all that good stuff that they would not get if the drop shipper sent it straight to them. So those are the reasons why I do not drop ship. I think drop shipping is an excellent model if you can make it work for you, because you don't have to keep the inventory in your hand. And then you don't end up with leftover stuff. Like you only ship out what was purchased. But then also drop shipping can have a lot of wait time sometimes. So like if it comes straight from the vendor, it could be 3 weeks before the customer gets it. And then if the customer gets it and they don't like it, that's on you. That's not on the vendor. So that's the reason why I don't deal with drop shipping. But if you can make it work, if you have an excellent supplier that you trust with quick shipping time and everything is like on point and you've done your research, drop shipping I think is great. I just haven't dabbled in it. The last question is, does shopping direct with wholesalers in the fashion district give you a bit of leniency when purchasing requirements, like not having to buy 6 of each piece or allowing mixed colors and sizing? So to answer that question, I kind of spoke about that with the first question. In the fashion district, people still required you to shop by pack for the most part. You can kind of finagle it a little bit and be like, can I get 3 larges instead of 1? Sometimes, okay? But most vendors typically sell by the pack, okay? So it's typically still the same, 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large, and so on and so forth. But like I said, if you could kind of talk them down to try to switch it out, but most likely they still sell by the pack. Something else that's great about shopping in the fashion district is I have noticed that the pricing is a lot cheaper than it is online. Like $3 cheaper sometimes, which is a big deal if you're buying multiple pieces in bulk. That can really add up quickly. Also, you can negotiate like, hey, my budget, I don't want to spend more than $13 per piece. I see this is $14.50. If I buy 2 packs, is there anything you can do? And they might come down to your $13 or they might not. But you can ask them, and that's like the flexibility that you have to communicate directly with them that you don't have when you're shopping online. So that's pretty cool. But as far as leniency and being able to mix colors and mix pack sizes and all that, typically across the board, not really. But some will work with you depending on what you're buying and what you're trying to do. What else? Also, with shopping in the fashion district, sometimes when you go into a store, you don't walk right out with your stuff. So like because a lot of times like that's their showroom, but then their actual warehouse is elsewhere. It's still in LA, but it's like another building. So you might want to buy all this stuff, but then they'll be like, oh, we have to go to the factory or the warehouse and get it and bring it back. So it's not going to be ready till tomorrow or for a couple hours. So keep that in mind, because I didn't realize that the first time I went. So like the first day I didn't really buy anything. I just walked and went into all these different stores and kind of made a list of what I wanted. I was only going to be there for 2 days. So the second day I had this whole list. I'm going to go back. I'm going to buy this, that, whatever. So when I went back to these stores, it was my last day there. And some of the stuff I was unable to purchase because they were like, oh, we'll have it ready for you tomorrow. And I was leaving tomorrow. So if I had known that, I might have done things differently. I might have like bought more stuff on the first day, or at least I would have asked the question, is this ready immediately, or do I need to, or is it going to be a couple hours, or is it going to be ready tomorrow or something? Because if I would have known that, I would have just asked that question. But I just thought that if they had everything in the back room or something, they was going to just bring it out for me, which is not the case. So keep that in mind. If you walk into the fashion district, ask them, is this ready right now, or do I need to come back tomorrow or something like that? I think that pretty much answers all the questions that she had. I thought they were wonderful questions, and they were things that I didn't know the answer to until I actually experienced it for myself. It wasn't something I could find like on Google, so I thought it would be cool to just make a quick video, which I guess is not that quick. This is almost 18 minutes, so sorry, I'll be talking. But if you have any questions you would like me to answer about my experience, I'm not saying I'm a pro at anything. I can just answer based on what I have experienced and what I have seen. So if you have any questions for me, you can DM me either here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on IG. Join our Facebook group. That's a good one. I do a lot of special promotions that are exclusive to just my Facebook group members. So the links for everything are going to be in the description box below. So take a look. Send me more questions, because I love doing videos like this and explaining things that I had a hard time finding out when I first started, frankly. So again, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.